Okay, hey. Hi. Uh, Setting this up for another run of Mystic Quest. I'm starting here instead of like everything all set up because I wanted to explain how this one glitch works. So, Mystic Quest has a really weird glitch in it where it saves your sort of your partner's equipment stuff in some of the like the RAM almost, I guess is the best way to say it. So here we have Phoebe with Water Wind. I think that's Drain, Paralyze, Sleep, and Silence Resist. And because we load this up, if we then do a soft reset and start a new game, as long as we do not save and quit at any point, which we should not, all of our partners for the entire game will have that. But also they'll have the stats for that gear too, which makes the early parts of the game pretty easy. Well, maybe not easy is the right word for it, but our partners will be stronger than they should. That's the big thing. Either way, I'm going to try and hit this split and end at the same time so that we start right proper. Now the earlier parts of this are... This is maybe where there's the most talking in the game, so it's a lot of just mashing the A button. Especially because Windows speed we can't adjust yet, so everything is at the normal speed. Gorgon, your tutorial fight, or Behemoth, sorry. The second version is called Gorgon. The Behemoth is very much tutorial and extremely simple. You just need to hit it 4 times before it hits you 6 times. And because crits are random, you can die here. The best thing that can happen is that you deal out 1 crit, because that will allow you to just get the damage that you need to kill that boss in 2 hits. That is optimal. If you were extremely trying to do the world record, you would probably reset every time until you got 2 crits. Or a crit. But frankly, there is so much else that goes into this run. So much other RNG. I don't think I could kill myself enough to reset that many times. Just for a 100% optimal first fight. It's a bit crazy for me. Alright. Now we hop around this way and get the most important spell for the main character, Cure. And then at any point around here, into that pause menu, customize, turn on figures, get that down. Heal Benji. And back to level first. So, I watched a bunch of example speedruns to try and get an idea of when you turn your partner on and off of auto. Oh man, that's holy shit, that's optimal. Main character getting a crit is absolutely fantastic, because otherwise you'd have to turn the partner off of auto and put in command yourself. That's actually super good. That's like As long as no attacks miss, this is going to be the most optimal split of all time. And then the Minotaur here is undead for some reason. So, yeah. You can just do that. You just cast life on it. But yeah, as I was saying before, a lot of the run is knowing what parts of the fight you keep your... No, every boss isn't hurt by heal. There's a couple, mostly because they're typed undead. The final boss is extremely weak to heal, in a real dumb way. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, auto allows you to skip inputs on your partner, which leads to the good stuff. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Yeah, you overflow the final boss. That is an outrageously good record keeper draw. If you are playing this game normally and you refuse Tristram there, you can get bombs for a cheaper price. You don't do that in speedrun, for obvious reasons. So I ran there because 3 enemy formations are somebody's moving chairs. So 3 enemy formations are extremely rough in the early game. Nobody has any spells, so there's just no way to one-turn them. We'll be utilizing running to a much better degree in a little bit, like pretty soon. It is a, god damn it, rude. It is a way to duplicate items. The only stipulation, now, that was suboptimal. Technically, if I was running this and doing perfect menuing, you would manual Tristram there and have him defend the main character because less animations go on then. Fuck, literally every set of skeletons has given me 1 fight against 3. Up here we pick up the all-important first seed. First 3 seeds. Ah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I menu extremely slowly. So what I'm doing right there, by using the seeds on myself, going to Tristram, and then backing out all the way to the run command, it duplicates the seed, which lets you get through the early game with relative ease. Now, the exact run that I was watching earlier today did actually progress through the entire early game with only 5 seeds. I'm going to attempt that as well, and we'll see how far I get. Alright, so that level 4 is pretty much what you want to hit every time. Level 4 gives you 4 casts, or 8 casts of white magic, which is your best way to deal damage to Flamer's Rex. Now, that was one thing I learned. Oh, fuck. Yep, so Cure can miss, and if Cure misses, that's not very good. It's not the worst. 2 Cures missing is not so good, though. That hurts. I actually really gotta concentrate here. Okay. Alright. Lost a little bit of time, but still not bad. I think on my previous attempt I had no cures missed, so that would be why I lost time. If I didn't miss my cures, boss would have died probably before Benji died, or at least before I had to heal Tristan with himself. Either way, not a terrible bone dungeon. I've had worse. I've had bone dungeons where I died. I need to get better at that. That was one thing that I was amazed to see the speedrunner do, because it was just really good, was actually moving directions on that shifting sand just perfectly as to never lose speed. Fuck. And then this is extremely important. To pick up the steel shield, because just having a shield gives you a 5 speed boost, and we'll be skipping the second shield. Oh, that was wrong. That's where you move on to it. Now, previously, I had thought that you sleep in the inn here, but you don't. Because if you do... Whoop! That was wrong. you don't actually talk to Kaylee 2 more times. What was I saying? I thought you slept in the inn there to recover Benji's magic and stuff. You don't. Because I think the crystal actually, A, the crystal refills you, and B, we're not going to use, like, we saved Benji's spells, whoops, by not using up any of his quakes. I also previously thought that you would pick up fire there, because it helps. It's another thing I learned, is that jumbo bombs almost deal as much damage as fire to the ice golem, so there's really no reason to pick up fire. Save yourself a couple seconds. I like to do that jump there, just in case that NPC moves in front of the door. I already was kind of doing Wintry Cave kind of perfectly, which is just pretty much Phoebe takes care of it. The only thing is worms and some encounters with the hedgehogs. Please let me call them by their proper name. You have to do some shenanigans. Sorry, brain fart. Yeah, so this is the fuck. This is the fight in question where you will have to manual input Phoebe. Most other fights, she'll be good on her own. Luckily, the game does a good job of remembering what I want her to do. Now you have 3 quakes. If you did everything in the bone place. Crap. Just go with it. This should be fine. Yes, good. Okay. If you did everything in Bone Dungeon right, you should have 3 quakes, which is all you need to clear this dungeon. And that sucks. Oh, mine was still in Suhidai mode there, and couldn't figure out why I couldn't cancel out my menus. Ah, right. That's what a character will do if they're on auto and somebody's low on health. In this scenario, I have to manually control. Now, the use of a Quake does suck. Damn it, that's not good. That's not enough. There we go. But I want to say, if I'm remembering spell usages properly, this should be good. Nah, it doesn't do enough damage. Piss. Yeah. Confuse Benji using that Quake is going to put a little extra time on the clock. Just a little. But hey, welcome to Mystic Quest, the highly RNG speedrun. Generally, when you get groups of mixed enemies like that, you'll have to manual cast spells because your allies will always want to, like, single cast them, if that makes any sense. They'll want to specifically aim for one enemy because it's a mixed group. Like, if you had 2 centaurs and a turtle, the AI knows that turtle is weak, so it will thunder that turtle. Whereas an AoE thunder and bombs are actually your better choice. Squid here has potential to be a bit of a rough boss. There's not a lot of input on your end. It's just auto attacking. 20XX is on sale. You should definitely pick it up. 20XX is an extremely good game. So that right there is, and again, I have to assume that this is what that status was, but that is Phoebe's protection from drain, which just reverses it most of the time. That is a good point. I could not tell you if 20XX would run on Linux. Also, money is probably the... yeah. Oh, can't walk under that. Unlike most things in this dungeon, you can't walk under that. It's weird. 3 dimensions, but in a 2-dimensional space. Okay, now incorrectly I did this last time, but we want to go right to the Libra Temple. Warp over. Springs dried up. Oh no. Oops. A little bit of waste of time there. I gotta talk to the old man first. Okay, we attempt to use the water, but it will fail. Okay. Here in the basin is a very, very short dungeon. Oh, god damn it. And that, kids, is why you always make sure everybody's topped off on health, or else the AI doesn't do what you want it to do. Alright, I have to manual target this one. And I think use bombs. I think I can also attack with anything. I might be able to catcall that. And that'd be fine. In fact, I might do a tiny bit of experimentation. And catcall on the second attempt. Bombs are nice to use though because they don't miss. By the way, watching somebody play this game who knows like perfect menuing is crazy to try and learn off of because they're a unflinching machine. Also, I did this pushing suboptimally. Like, I can fix it so that it's not a soft lock, but there was a different order to do those in. That's why I always talk during fights instead of not in fights, because my brain don't work good. Wait, that's wrong. I need a bomb. Alright, so that's slightly unfortunate. Because Benji with the axe can actually do a lot of work here. And him just straight going down can actually suck a lot. I might actually just revive him to save myself a game over. But still a very good water basin. Now, if done 100% perfectly... Fuck, that's why you get that on the way out. Well, now I know. We're getting, like, the perfect setups for encounters here, where I don't have to switch Phoebe over to manual, which honestly saves a bunch of time. Speak of the devil, though. Finally, I have an encounter where I need the switcher. So, and I'll just have to hit it as a time expense. That's a weird phrasing, newbie. Anyway, if God, what am I trying to say here? Think with my my brain parts. if I don't end this dungeon with 10 bombs, that just means I need to take a stop in Libra Cave and pick up some bombs. And that's just that, you know, that's just how it goes. Eat that iPad. There were some other little tricks and tips that I picked up watching a good bit of the speedrun stuff. Oh god, it's other stuff like, how many spells does she have left? 5 and 2. Got it. Like, that's something I need to internalize a bit better. So, in that scenario right there, it was better for me to manual control, because otherwise Phoebe on auto would have healed Benji, which is waste. Mind you, Benji also would have been fine, which just goes to show how perfectly I calculate anything, which is to say, maybe not perfectly at all, really, but I give it the old college try. By the way, I've already forgotten how many spell uses she has left. So, in this encounter right here... Yes, alright, so it happened. So, if the mage heals himself, you specifically need to manual cast a fire in order to clear that fight quickly. Ugh. Had to think about that one really hard. Yeah, this is how you handle this formation of enemies in a timely manner. Now she has one more use of lightning. This should be gathers, which is a use of bomb, defend Benji. And you will fight this enemy right here. And this will be her last thunder use. Which I think actually we don't. Again, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a risk here, but that is to force myself to properly remember these things. I don't think I use the seed just yet. I do this encounter right here, which is birds. Yes, okay. Because she still has fire, and if that mage heals, she needs to cast fire. Alright, and that is how you do the early game with only 5 seeds. Previously, you used to think you needed 6. I was wrong. Will she auto it? Good. Again, because that's how the AI works. If the entire enemy group is weak to something, then the AI will AoE it. Now that's 3 uses of lightning left. Okay. Oh, got those brain farts sometimes. Just, am I doing this right? Nah, I'm doing it right. "13 bombs should be plenty for Ice Golem. Just have to stop at the Libra Temple, unfortunately. Don't even need to heal, because those fights just went perfectly. She has her spell uses and everything, so we're good. Oh, think Dave. Got it. The run's going pretty okay so far. Familiarizing myself with a bit more of the in general moves helped out a good bit. This is definitely one of the blocking points right here, though. Ice Golem can get real rude real fast. Yeah, okay, so this is when he starts draining, but it's split damage. Probably gonna need to heal with Phoebe next turn. Just to make sure. Just, you know, Ice Golem at any point can deal 200 damage or more to one of my characters, so don't want to leave them, like, pretty much if they're below half health, Phoebe takes a turn to heal. Yep, there's the split. I don't know why my iPad is making noise all of a sudden. This thing has been muted for months. All of a sudden it decides, yes, now I will turn back on and make noise. Okay. Don't actually need to be there anymore. Oh, that bomb. So, we don't have exit yet. We have to walk out of the ice pyramid. Last time that we'll have to do this, though, because we get exit right after this. Actually, I say that, but the first dungeon we do after getting exit, we walk out of too, because there's an item to get on the way out. But yeah, with this strategy of actually using bombs on the ice golem instead of the fire spell, with Benji, we get dangerously low on bombs. That is why normally this chest right here, that one on the left, we would open for bombs, but oops, I opened it earlier because I thought it was a bomb chest, but it's actually an ammo chest, and because Phoebe uses ammo, so on and so forth, she steals them and uses them as arrows, because that's how Mystic Quest works. Yeah, juggling commands I've learned is super rough. Okay, so this is the battlefield for exit, and this is the encounter we want. Unexpected attack doesn't matter because Franquids will always do that electro move on their first turn. The encounter that we're trying to avoid here is Fanquids and Sphinxes. Those we don't want. Those we can't take out quickly. Oh boy! See, this encounter. This encounter you'll almost, because it's just Benji, will almost always get ambushed, get a magic down, and then confused. That is how that encounter always goes, every single time. And we just do this 10 times. And after 10 battles, we get exit, which allows us to, aside from get out of dungeons really fast, lets us just delete enemies from the battlefield, which we'll be doing for a bit, until we start getting wizard magic. Because right now we just have access to black and white magic. Wizard is... yeah, we're just hoping for Solo Squid. Because it can just be removed with Jumbo Bomb. Wizard magic is the best magic, and we'll slowly be upgrading that in our repertoire as we go. First one we get is Meteor, and then we'll get, God, what's it called? Flare. There we go. Alright, so now with exit, we can continue, because exit is going to be our go-to tool for encounters for a bit. Alright, and this is just setting up for something down the line a little bit. I'm actually going to switch to the sword, just so I don't accidentally waste some of my very few bombs. So, coming up pretty soon is a pretty extreme glitch. So, generally the way that they lock off areas is you have to kill the boss of the area and get the crystal. Except the crystal isn't actually what locks off the areas. What locks off the areas is an item that you get right after you beat each of the bosses, which is a coin. First one being the sand coin, second one being the staff coin, water coin. I don't know what it's called actually. I go through it so fast. We're going to be getting one of those coins extremely quickly. As in, this is Zone 3. This is all you'll see of Zone 3. So, strategically, I've used up all the seeds in my inventory. Fireberg here is the first place you can buy seeds. We're going to buy 0 seeds. Now, when I enter the menu here and use 0 seeds on Benji, we get a sky coin in our inventory where it should not be, in the potion slot. We are then going to buy 19 potions, which does this to our inventory. That is the move. I'll explain while we move to the next zone. What occurs there is it replaces potions with a bad item ID. The potions that we did have. It replaces it with the sky coin ID, which just royally fucks that up. When we then buy the 19 potions, it attempts to put those in our inventory, but it goes, oh, fuck, the usable item slots are all filled. What do? Well, just keep following it until we find open spaces in the item ID, like, holding in your inventory slots. So by doing that, I can't tell you exactly why it's 19, like, what the number 19 has to do with that. But, whoops, that just slides across the inventory until it hits those 3 key items, which are extremely important, which is the Mobius Crest, the Sky Coin, and the Sun Coin, which allows us to just fuck off and not do Zone 3. Also, there's Ruben. Ruben was never in our party. That is an illusion. Who is Ruben? We don't know. Welcome to the Roost encounter in the game, because this guy can do stuff to you like cast Petrify and just kill you outright. Tristan returns from Earth Zone. And here is where you first start seeing how fucked I have made the level curve by skipping all of Zone 3. The HP difference is real. For a good bit of time, and really... excuse me. He doesn't completely recover, but Benji's going to be extremely fragile. Actually, let's experiment. Nope. Okay, that's what I figured. That still works out in my favor. But, what the actual optimal thing to have done there is manual targeted the Spectre, because I lucked out by getting a critical hit. But, Spectres take crit damage all the time from thrown weapons. So, would have been better for me to Ninja Star manually the Spectre. Look, I know, but only by doing this stuff on my own am I going to get it ingrained in my head. Yes, that's how that works. It's more testing myself than experimenting. Like, am I remembering this correctly? I am. Also, I was messing up there. I should have the sword equipped because anything past the initial steel sword, so the Knight Sword or Excalibur will not be appearing in this run. Alright, the level 2 and level 3 swords give you a slight speed advantage. So when you're casting Exit, speaking of which, when you're casting Exit, you should have the sword equipped because you go slightly faster. And just making sure I have bombs. I mean, honestly, this run is going fantastically because I haven't died yet. I think last time I might have gotten slammed into the ground by the ice golem once or twice. Just got a crit on me. I think I died to the snow crab last time too. Yeah, that might have happened. Oh, don't worry. I know I'm gonna die to like Zoo or Pazuzu. Those are both extremely rude bosses. Possibly Twin-Headed Wyvern. Twin-Headed Wyvern is also a really rude boss because this run never picks up fire defense. But that's also one of the only bosses in the game that uses fire in this run. Alright, so that was the walk. That is the extremely annoying walk into the underground cave. Luckily, the run only makes that walk once. Normally, if you're playing the game, you have to make that walk at least 3 times. Once because the game tells you go down there. All you get out of it is a key that gets you a helmet. This time, and by this time, you have exit, so you don't have to make the walk back up again. So right there, Phoebe fiddled with explosives like she didn't know what she was doing. Blew up the cave. We out. Back in to go pick up our next party member. Whoop. And who has time to walk out of towns? So one thing I actually haven't brought up yet, but it's extremely useful, is the fact that we have, because I broke the whole thing with seeds, like, real fucking bad, we actually have unlimited seeds. Which is whereabouts the item management in the game goes away. Because now that we have unlimited seeds, we don't have to ration our spells quite as much. I don't exactly need to keep track of them in my head. I do kind of need to remember, because of course I have to refill the seeds. Or the spells, eventually. But I don't have to ration it. I guess that's what I'm getting down to. Whoops. That might work. This might work. Yep. That's fine. That's what I meant to do. Okay. There's our strongest spell for a while now. Or going to be our strongest spell for a while. By the way, that right there, that's why I exited the focus tower and went back in. Yeah, Benji just has X-Zone. Which, by the way, that's why your allies never get exit. They will get almost every spell under the sun, except for exit. I did that incorrectly. Yeah, because that's just going to weaken them. Now, that does work the way that a normal removal spell handles that kind of stuff, in that you don't get experience for that. Which might not sound like it super matters, but, you know, when we are 20 levels behind our ally, no, it matters a little bit. You kind of want to get formations where you don't use exit. I mean, yeah, you never have to deal with the level up text. Kind of, except for the fact that, God, fuck me. Hold up. There we go. Oh, I was having a major brain fart on what the right button was to do that. I lost my train of thought. Level up, the level up thing is just a single text box. So, it doesn't really eat that much time. Now, a riskier play for this group of enemies, but maybe faster, it matters on what you get hit by, is to just cast wind with both characters. That can pay off. I should have manually healed her of poison before going in there. That's fine. Okay, so in this formation, you want to cast Exit on the Scorpion because Kaylee can one-shot the trees. If she hits. It's really kind of a funny thing that I found, in that Kaylee sucks at attacking physically, even though she may be one of the harder hitting characters in the game. She just misses all the goddamn time. And there isn't really even, oh, damn it. There isn't really even like an accuracy stat or anything like that. She just constantly fucking misses. I'm trying the moves and failing. But what's a run if you don't do the moves? So, tree here is one of the dungeons I hate more than anything else. This dungeon really sucks. It goes on forever. Outstays its welcome. Yeah, if I don't do the big strats, then I'm not real gamer. Alright, so here we actually want to manually control Kaylee. 2 worms is the best formation. 1 worm is, or 3 worms is doable, but can be risky. But yeah, 2 worms is the good shit, because it's 1 cast of arrow and you're on your way. Alright, so this is how you deal with 3 worms though. So Kaylee will Giant Axe 1, and you exit the other one. Again, talking about risky strats, there is, or your exit can just miss. There is a move you can do where you have, again, both characters cast AoE arrow. The problem with that is then you eat 3 attacks from giant worms, and that can go poorly. This is a round where you would want to make sure everybody's topped off. But yeah, you just kind of, this dungeon has these, like, for lack of a better term, these monster closets. That it's just like, it's a room where you fight, like, 6 of the same fight, and oh boy. No sir, do not like. This dungeon and Pazuzu's tower are just, oh shit! Thank you for the sub, Shadow Sandbag, or the resub. Thank you very much. Here in speed time. And that's that right there. That's the big move. Again. Oh. So, again, that was a misinput right there. What I would have wanted to do is... what I would have wanted to do is manual arrow with Kaylee. Because that would have finished the fight. Make sure that AI Kaylee keeps doing the job. Brain fart. Okay, we're good. We're good. There we go. Oh. My brain don't move so fast sometimes, and I just see the encounter of enemies, and it's like a fucking dot matrix printer trying to do something. You hear it going. It's just not. It's not getting there. Thank you for the follow, Zero Burn. Okay, now that we're back out, we actually drop down a floor and then loop back around. Again, ooh. That's a manual fight. Alright, now this is a fight just has gone south. Alright. Assuming direct control. Thank you for the follow. Just make sure her AI doesn't get messed up. Yes. Okay, so as stated before, here a manual arrow cast just takes out the whole field. Here You manual cast exit, manual axe to the leech, and then even if Benji gets paralyzed, you just keep going because Kaylee can one-shot these boys and should not go down to damage. The only thing you have to do is afterwards, you're going to have to manually heal her so that she doesn't mess up her AI trying to heal herself in the next fight that you leave her on auto. We've seen most of the giant tree at this point. There's a couple curveballs, like these guys. Ooh, I did that wrong. Should have been jumbo bombs. Yes, I was thinking of the single instance of these boys. So, neither party member can kill these things in one shot. Except for Benji if he procs. So, it's something I haven't talked about yet. The Dragon Claw is ridiculous. The Dragon Claw does like 9 different status effects. That's why it's so weak damage-wise. That should have been manual. AoE. Oh, thank you for the bit. The big bit donation. Okay. There we go. There, I fixed it. We eventually recovered. Wrong door. Yeah, so the slimes are the only enemy in the whole dungeon that... What's it called? Reflects magic, actually. It's one of 3 enemies in the game that reflects magic. So, you can't go the whole normal casting arrow with Kaylee and all that kind of crap for AoE stuff. You actually go with bombs and just Kaylee auto-attacking, which we'll probably see in here. Ah, no. In this situation, we actually play this out a little bit differently. We single target arrow on the skeleton, and then bomb with the boy. That's fine though. Normally I would have wanted Kaylee to auto attack, but that still would have been Kaylee auto attacking and then Benji using bombs. So that actually just saves me some menuing in the long run. So not entirely a loss. Also, hey future friend. Alright, so here's the encounter that I messed up before. Normally, the way that you actually want this to go down is Kaylee attacks, Benji uses bombs, you go into the second thing, and Kaylee attacks with Giant's Axe. Finishes that encounter off. No real way to avoid damage in that one. Slimes are just kind of the worst enemy. Oozes, sorry. The big thing that you can kind of like hope and pray for is that Kaylee gets a crit. If Kaylee crits one of them, she'll kill it instantly, and then your bombs will kill the other one. But we're coming on to the end of the tower finally. So as stated before, doing Dragon Claw on the slime is actually a pretty good strategy unless Benji dies, and then we need to assume direct control for the rest of the fight. Anyway, as I was going to say before fucking Benji ate it, because the Dragon Claw can do instant death on the slimes, the ooze. It's not a bad strategy. It's really funny. For all I have played this game, I don't think I have ever noticed the drain resist status until, like, you know, this playthrough. Because, like, when does fucking drain resist ever come up in the normal run? I didn't even know that was a thing that existed. The only thing I think I need to remember to do is I have to seed up before the boss. Oops. Messed up a little bit there. Benji may just eat it though. Yep. Okay. Manual control here. There we go. Why you gotta do me like this, game? Why, slime? Why? And then you just kill yourself anyway. So for reference there, you do actually need to hold down the button. I think you actually just run from that encounter. Nope, I guess you don't. I guess because, let's try it one more time. My brain's having problems. Okay, nope. I am wrong. So, skeletons are really rude because they have sleep and instant death. Normally that's why you try and kill them extremely fast. Okay. But here we are. Still have Benji trying to remove that skeleton, and alright, you know what? Benji can attack the boss. We'll have Kaylee remove the skeleton. Kaylee can heal next turn. Because again, just that golden rule of if anybody's close to half health, you're probably going to want to heal to make sure bad stuff doesn't happen. Mainly because 3 heads is real rough. And it does a lot of nasty stuff to you. There's another little mechanical funniness in the game. So life is always a full heal or a revive, mattering on the status, the current condition of a character. Okay, when you lock in your turn order, right? It is 100% actually locked in. What that means is, let's say in a hypothetical situation, I have locked in Arrow with Benji, but Benji's low on health, and I heal him with life with Kaylee, right? The boss goes first and kills Benji. Then Kaylee revives Benji. In this situation, because Benji's turn hasn't come up yet in the turn order, even though he died in that turn, he will get right up and actually take his turn. So, that's why generally your companion is a better healer than you, because you'll still take your turn. Unless in the rare scenario that you actually overlevel enough that Benji is going before the companion. Which isn't going to happen in the speed run and rarely happens in a normal run. And that's what we came in there for. All the wizard magic is pretty much just Final Fantasy magic. It's like the actual Final Fantasy spells. Piss. Yes. Alright. Cupid Locket is the first accessory that we get. I would lose a bit of time showing it off, going through menuing, but pretty much grabbing that gives us a bunch of status resist. It's stuff like sleep and paralyze and crap like that. Here I'm doing something I should have done in Zone 3, but I skipped it, and getting upgrade bombs. You actually need the upgrade bombs to beat the game. They're needed in a specific zone, but they also just deal more damage. So, why the fuck not? Whoop! Keep that from happening again. My favorite thing about this run is the fact that because I do the move, I have severely fucked up the rest of the screen. Like the whole game. Whoop! No, I'm going the right way. I keep second guessing myself. Being like, I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm going the right way. I am actually going the wrong way. God damn it. Damn it. I have never actually fucked up this dungeon. This is the first goddamn time I've ever fucked that up. Dang it. Dang. Okay. There's a play. Yeah. Next run. That's a free 15 seconds. So aside from the fact that sometimes they heal, every encounter in this dungeon is going to be leave Kaylee on auto. No, Kaylee has the AoE. Yeah, I did that right. I did that wrong. Alright. We'll be fixed from here on out. Single target arrow. These ladder zones, I get a little, muddled in my head, for lack of a better term. Except for this encounter. This one you AoE. There we go. So, giving Meteor only 2 targets gives it the damage or I guess, allows it to do the damage required to kill in 1 turn. There we go. That's the word I was trying to say. I guess, yeah, in hindsight, single target here is better because you eliminate an enemy, allowing 1 less attack to occur. Yeah, no, that's right. Stop in front of the boss, spell, heal, items, seeds. So I skipped over it, like, real fast, but that boss has some of the best pre-boss dialogue, because he goes, your character walks up and he's like, "You're the one that's doing all the fucked up shit with the wind, right?" And he's like, "No, that's this other guy." That's it. That's the entire, like, pre-boss dialogue. No, it's not me. What? No, wrong place. You should try the other place. Oh! Sometimes bosses crit, and it sucks. But yeah, now that Benji has started unlocking wizard magic, we've gotten to the point of the game where Benji starts outpacing his companions in DPS potential. Ooh, oh no. That's because I messed up on encounters and stuff. I knew that was going to be a red split. As we saw briefly before, though I might have hit through it very quickly, the extremely rude thing that this boss has, and a couple bosses from now on are going to have, is he has an instant death move. Which is just really rude. It's just super rude. In a normal playthrough, by this point, Benji would have life. and it wouldn't be super bad. It would still be pretty bad whenever an instant death goes off. But like we're at the point. Oh, all right. We're gonna see the thing I was talking about right here. So Benji's down, revives, and then casts Meteor. Pretty much, if a boss gets an instant death on an ally, that's fucked. That fight is fucked. Since Benji can't revive, you can try and DPS down a boss, and you might be able to pull it off. But 9 times out of 10, you're just screwed. Okay, up next we have the actual, potentially longest dungeon. There's a good bit of RNG in this dungeon, which is, well, it's Pazuzu's Tower. That's the name of the dungeon. The RNG exists in the boss himself, Pazuzu, who actually has a gimmick. The gimmick in question being, good job, Kaylee, you done it. She's gotta get hit by that once, I feel like, every run, and then like the AI learns and he goes, oh right, this is bad. So, we saw him briefly there. The man, the myth, the legend, Pazuzu. So. Well, Duahan was evil. There's no questioning that. He was doing a bad. He just wasn't the actual Crystal Boy. What was I saying? Okay, so the gimmick here is on the next floor we're going to talk to Pazuzu directly. Like, he's going to be there. Which in any other dungeon would be the end of the dungeon. Here, though, Pazuzu's going to run to a different floor. And he can run to any floor between 2 and 6. And mattering on what floor he ends up on determines how long Pazuzu's tower takes for you. So here's your boy, and he runs. This dungeon is going to be fucked up. Oh, it's really, this dungeon more than any other is the most switching back and forth between manual and auto, and it just always seems to trip me up no matter what. I can't get it in my head to remember that no, the character is actually on auto, you need to switch to manual. Yeah. Hmm. Um. Got it. Hmm. So the unfortunate thing. Sorry, there was another like thing on the end of that I was trying to put on that just didn't fit. The unfortunate thing there is that Kaylee missed on turn 1. Oh, now the main character is really low on health, which means Kaylee's gonna heal. That's why you always heal in between fights. So my my Pazuzu split will almost always be a red split because last time I did this, I got a 4-6 Pazuzu, which is pretty much the best Pazuzu you can get. It lets you finish the dungeon almost instantly. No question. The thing is, though I got that very good placement in Pazuzu for a very quick split there, the fight was hell, and I think I wiped like 5 times. So, if it ever does come about... Saved it! There was actually a better combination to do on this fight, but it's fine. Arrow all, both characters would have cleared that out. Misinputs. Yeah. Welcome to Manicore. You have to do this fight a couple times, and it sucks. Because of that. Okay, this time will be different. Just please remove. Like, most of the encounter, like the explanations, which I still have to have on the side because I'm still learning. Lord. Most of the explanations for fights are like, yeah, just do this, this, and this, and you win. The explanation for Manicores are like, use life and exit and pray to God. Ah, actually, in hindsight, there. I didn't have the sword equipped for optimization. I see you are the motherfucker. Did I remember that one right? Exile and Sorcerer, Arrow and Chimera. Fuck yeah. Feels good to call that from memory. I think... Okay, no, you do this one. So, specifically, why you do it in that order of exit on the Manticore, wind on the Thanatos, is... That one is... Just take your losses. You're not winning this fight. Why you do it in that order is you can exit the Thanatos, but this gets you slightly more experience. And really, any experience you can get is good. That was wrong. But the same number of casts and everything, so I'll take it. Bit of connection trouble. Alright, nailed it. Look, never suffer a wizard. Don't trust wizards. They know no right or wrong. Even if it is a juggling wizard. Even if it's a yo-yo wizard. Do not suffer. Fuck? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I did not remember this formation at all. Like 100%. Well, my goal right now, overarching, is, sub 230. Right now, some of my best, 235. Kale, no, heal yourself, Kale, because that happens. Kelly, look what you did. Look what you did. Yeah, it's always a weird thing how many enemies in this dungeon are weak to wind, considering it's the wind dungeon. She was on auto. That's fine. We can fix this. No, we can't. She's still on auto. Oh, Lord. The auto shuffling is the thing I need to get way better at. Like 100%. I recognize that as my main weakness. I wonder if Exit has a faster animation than Arrow. I bet you it does, what with like the damage pop-up and everything. And that may actually be why the guide says use Exit all the time. Alright, so now we have Flare. Flare is the strongest spell in the game. Just how strong, you say? It's about that strong. And nothing. Bunk. Okay, I think this fight plays out the same as it did before, due to the fact that beholders have passive reflect. Yeah, that's the big thing. Consider how strong Benji, like what level Benji is, and you realize how strong Flare is. Alright, so no Pazuzu on floor 5. Like, pretty much most fights from here on will be do an AoE, to pair up with that, or get the enemies down to 2 and have Benji cast Flare. Alright, it's gonna be one of those. Yeah, damage splits on the number of targets. Alright, I have never done a floor 3 or 2. Pazuzu before. No, no, wait. I don't want to be in this fight. Oh, I should have just fought, shouldn't I? Okay. The boss isn't on... Just take the stairs south. Yeah, because now we're on 3. Grapple across. Oh, piss. Fuck. Okay. Here, fight the Nolly to the right and go up. Fight the gargoyle. Okay. I might have actually fucked up. I think I need to hit this switch on floor 4 still. And I didn't. We'll lose a little bit of time in that regard. So this is apparently the worst scenario. Finally, here, I experience it. Okay. So, to reference, again, the way that the encountering the boss works in this dungeon. Oh boy. Oh. I was like, wait, I've never seen this before. Does it count? No. You win, but you died. So, yeah, as I said before, the way that this dungeon on a whole works is that Pazuzu moves between floors when you talk to him. Hitting the switches locks the elevator. Oops. Yeah, she'll be fine. Locks the elevator from moving between those floors. So because he's on floor 2, he won't go back down to floor 1. Ever. And what I need to do is I need to hit this switch. Go back up to floor 4. Fight the wizard. Hit the switch here, go down to floor 3, or floor 2, talk to him, warp out, then go back up to floor 3. Though I do want to make sure I do this right. Okay. Ah, my favorite. 3 floors of the worst encounter. Now, again, for reference here, I cannot just use this normal strategy of kill one enemy and cast flare, because the beholder guys on the right there reflect magic. Yeah, no, this dungeon really sucks. This is the worst dungeon in the game. But like I said, if you're lucky and the RNG plays in your favor, you're done this dungeon about 30 minutes ago. Alright, that's exaggerating. But it's pretty close to that. Oh, and we should also mention, I should also mention, what? On top of all this, Pazuzu was not an easy boss. Pazuzu is actually really hard still. Okay, this is floor 2. Push the switch. Now put the third posting where the Naga move down. Next Naga. Okay. Again, like I'm so the annoying thing about this is because Pazuzu is completely random, unless like, this is what I should do, is just do a couple runs where I do low floor Pazuzus. Like there's no way to practice this because he's random. I knew eventually I was going to get a Pazuzu that was on a super low floor, and that was going to ruin my day. I mean, if the Pazuzu fight goes fast, judging on how fast it takes me to get to him, I just lose 5 minutes compared to my previous split, which just goes to show you how annoying Pazuzu himself is. And I mean, there's still other optimization. I mean, hell, it's still only my 3rd run. Okay, so. Wait, did I fuck up? Hold up. Okay, no. I think I had to hit that switch. I think I had to go over and hit that switch first. Nah, I'm lost now. Hold up. Move down, put the 9 on the left. Okay. So you trigger him up to go back up there. Definitely did that right. This just goes to treasure. I think I have to go through these 3 fights. Hooting and hollering about the Pazuzu. Yeah, this is extremely a thing I would need to watch a run do, because trying to figure out what this guide is trying to tell me is baffling. I mean, the guide is great when it actually describes the enemies that you're fighting. Because it'll say, like, fight the tree, and then the frog, and you're like, okay, yeah. And then this is just like, fight 3 enemies. Okay, which 3? There's like 1,000,000 enemies in this dungeon. Okay, no. This is where I was supposed to go, because then you grapple over, loop around, and go up to... Okay, yes. They are just extremely bad at describing enemies. Or explaining anything. Okay. Yes, because 3 battles walking your way here, yada yada yada. Escapes after all that trouble, yeah. And then go down to for whatever. Here we are. King Bird is about to throw down. So, Pazuzu here is the first boss with an actual factual gimmick. Aside from, you know, that. Pazuzu, please. So, yeah. So this is Pazuzu's gimmick. He periodically puts up a reflect. Which, at this point in the game, all your best damage be magic. That's rude. 2 AoEs in a row? Really, Pazuzu? That's how you're gonna do me? I think I saw some flares in the pocket. So, the first time he waits, he does 4 turns and then reflects. Every time after that, it's 3 turns and then reflect. Due to the main character's speed stat, you can actually just hold 1 turn and then cast Flare, and he'll generally pop off Reflect right before your Flare goes off, which is pretty much the optimal way to deal with him. Kaylee is on super healer duty in this fight, just because he actually deals pretty considerable damage. But, like this situation, if she ever gets a return, it's not a bad idea to throw out an arrow. Yeah, no, Pazuzu's tower sucks! Like, in the base game and also kind of in the speedrun. Pretty much any downtime turn on the main character should be spent using a seed on himself, so you can keep pumping out flares. It should be noted that Kaylee is just fast enough that you don't want to do a damaging move on a Kaylee turn, because she can hit him while side shield is still up, and if she does that, she will in fact kill herself real good. Almost did real bad there. Alright, but him being down on his knee like that means he should be done real soon. I think I'm just gonna go all out. Oh, still a minute down on the total run. Welcome to Pazuzu's Tower. I lost 10 minutes in here. 11. Almost 12. God, I forgot they can actually give me previous segment on that. Fuck, I hate Pazuzu's Tower. Done. Goodbye. Whoops. Yeah, no, Pazuzu's Tower is kind of a reset. If you're going for world record, I'm still trying to learn the run overall, so it's good for me to just keep going. But if you're going for world record, obviously, if you don't get floor 6 Pazuzu, you just reset. Ah, pissed. For reference here, I guess my head is still in a bit of a tizzy after fucked up tower. I should have bought something before coming here. This just gives me enough time to actually talk about this real fast. So, as labeled on the splits, this is the move 2, Electric Boogaloo. We are going to use the item numbering glitch a second time. The fuck do I buy them? In the end. Thank you. Thank you, me. Thank you, my brain. Buy 0 potions. And use those. We trade our key for a bunch of other shit. The Thunder Rock normally requires you to travel across the entire world map. We saved a bunch of time. Also, fuck, there's my split. Still better somehow than the last time I did that. Spencer's Cave here is usually a mini puzzle dungeon. Because you're trying to figure out how to get to a specific spot to get the Mobius Crest. However, I cheated myself the Mobius Crest, so don't need to do that dungeon. Alright, and this is... Huh. Oh, fuck, right. Hold up. Okay, I've never made this mistake before. Is that how that works? I don't think I've literally ever made that mistake before, and I didn't know that the game does that. Huh, yeah, look at that. You can't get to the ship until you talk to Kaylee. They actually just like go, nope. So Ruben, here in the party for the first time, he has white. That's pretty much the only thing he brings to the party. Wait, I did that backwards. Yeah, I did that backwards. Good news, Ruben never attacks. Ruben will never use his physical, so I don't have to cure his blind. Yeah, apparently you're just supposed to run from these fights. Ah, fuck. I did that last one, but that was a demo, you see. There's a better encounter. You know, it says run, but I'd figured it would just be faster to actually fight this if you missed the run. But this is the encounter that you do want, because you do everyone's favorite of flare and defend. So a lot of this dungeon is optional. It's supposed to trick you to running around on the deck and everything, but really everything is just you go across the mast and then descend. By the way, for those of you who might be guessing / figuring it out, yes, white is supposed to be holy, as this is flare. Translations. Gaia armor is a godsend. It adds so many resistances that we did not have. What would skipping the second... No, we have the second armor. But it still gives us, like, wind and, I think... paralyze resists? No. No, level 2 shield gives you paralyze. It gives you wind. Actually, I'm a little behind on splits anyway. I'm just going to check right now. Okay, sleep. Sleep is what it gives you. Still extremely useful. Ruben's hurt. Ruben's falling down. My favorite warp in this entire thing, though, the sleep warp. Ah, my boat was a little slow as well. Me and my slow boat. And boat. God. Just look at that fucking... that Pazuzu split makes me real mad. Okay, here we are. In Doom Tower. A lot of the encounters in Doom Tower are pretty simple because they are Benji cast flare. Stop me if you've heard this one. Wait a minute. Huh. Oh, piss. There we go. I haven't brought this up yet, but people may have picked up on it, at least a little bit. The claw, so each weapon gives you a weird boost, or has an advantage to it. The axe is the strongest weapon. Sorry, thinking real quick there. The axe is the strongest weapon. The sword gives you slightly boosted speed. The bombs can hit AoE and are actually also the strongest weapon. I think the giant's axe may be a little bit stronger than them. The sword gives you, I think I said that already. The sword gives you boosted speed, and the claw gives you boosted magic. So generally, if you're casting spells, you want to have the claw equipped, which is why I did not instant kill those shadows. The shield we just picked up there, a lot of people say, it's optional, you don't need it. The shield gives you petrify resist. So no, in my book, that shield is required. Alright, time for the boss fights. Oops, we made our boss fights vulnerable to instant death. Who could have seen this coming? Ah, Doom Dance. The good shit. Yep, to the void. Oh god, I didn't have the claw equipped again. That's why that happened. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, I can fix this. Son of a bitch! And that's why you really need to count your spell usages. Whoop. That's some internet connection problems. Oh, I'm back. So each zone is kind of themed around what that dungeon was. This has a lot of switches to push. The last one had the shifting sands, and each one, of course, has the boss refight. The first two refights aren't too rough. I mean, the first one, obviously, vulnerable to instant death, but even then, I think it only has about 8,000 health, which is considerably lower than most fights that we've been having recently against bosses. Ah, dang it, I did it again. Didn't put the claw on. Yeah, okay. There's no quick way through that. I'm just gonna keep switching. I'm just gonna make a habit of that. There's like one more fight in this this dungeon. In this segment. No, that was single target thunder. Yes. Trying to remember that from memory is hard sometimes. But, you know, that's what I gotta get good at. Yeah, so that's the reason that the first two bosses, the first two refight bosses, really are not that hard. Because they decided to make both of them nice. Well, I can do it right this time. They decided to make both of them vulnerable to instant death. This one specifically is only vulnerable to instant death. It's not vulnerable to petrify like the first one is. Lord Almighty. Oh, this does not bode well for this split. Alright, so that's single target fire. Alright. Now I know. Now it's in my brain. Yeah, the game just gets real. Like, for as much as people are like, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is an easy game for babies, it's like, you know, you realize, like, a lot of those end bosses do instant death, like, constantly. Endgame just gets real rude in this. At least this one's simpler. Wait, what? Is my Benji just under leveled enough? Huh. Weird. No, because I've definitely done this at this level before. I'm not underleveled. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. See, the beauty of it all is that Petrify is a status effect that I don't have to cure. Because normally, by the time I'm out, does the armor give you any stat boosts besides immunity? Oh yeah, no, yeah, it also gives you stat boosts. But the big thing is the immunity. That is 100% the big thing that the armor does for you. It's like otherwise, this right here would be a really bad situation where they keep using Stone Gaze over and over and over again. Oh no, it wouldn't be screwing with my numbers. And plus, I always pick up that armor. I never not pick up that armor. In my book, you'd be a fool not to pick up that armor. Speaking of rude shit. The final return of Meteor, because this thing resists fire. And fun fact, Flare actually does fire damage in this game. It's not just non-elemental, really strong damage. Ah! And see, there, right there. That's why the fact that we never pick up fire resistance is a problem in this run. But not too much of a problem. That fight is a little rude just because of the lack of fire resistance. But all in all, like, there are worse fights. There are extremely worse fights. So the Pazuzu Tower version of this area actually makes it a tiny bit more complex, and the main reason for that is it's not just flare white every fight. There are variations on that due to the fact that Chimeras resists fire. I guess Pazuzu screwed up breaking personal best. A little. I might still, just barely, I might squeak by, because Pazuzu refight during the PB run really fucked me up. However, if stuff like that keeps happening, we may be having problems. Yep, that's a death. Ah, and that's why you heal after almost every fight. Oh, you're right. So that's the thing that Thanatoses can do. That's super annoying because it just wastes my goddamn time. Yeah, pretty much a 230 is going to be real easy if I get a good Pazuzu. The whole run kind of comes down to that, which is really annoying that it happens an hour 30 into the game. My God, look at that! It was 40 minutes, 40 minutes in that stupid tower. But either way. Is this recoverable? Maybe with an AoE arrow. Doable. This right here is the home stretch, though. The final boss is almost a nothing. I'm not going to say the final boss is a gimme, because I have seen things go wrong, very wrong, in the final boss. It is not a 100% give me, but it's definitely a 90% give me. That dog gets to live. That's the special dog. Nobody touches that dog. That's the good boy, right there. Points at the screen. There he is. The good boy. Alright, one last Thanatos in the way, and then Hell. Alright, so if you thought Pazuzu was bad, may I present you to Zoo. Just one Zoo. Alright, so you kind of saw why Zoo is bad. Right off the bat. There it was. He sure does have instant death. Pazuzu 2. The Reckoning. Luckily, to balance out the fact that he has instant death, he also has a glitch in his programming where he tries to fire off Psy Shield against nothing. So that's nice. He also can do that. What a cool guy. That said, I have done an obscene amount of damage to him already. I believe he only has 40,000 or 4,000 health left. He does not have a ton of health. Just the problem is, at any point, at any fucking point, he can just kill someone. He doesn't care. Alright, so I might have been slightly wrong on those numbers. Maybe he has 2k health, or 20k health. But there we go. Holy crap, that was such a good zoo! Holy shit! I cannot express how I got stuck there for like 10 minutes last run. Holy shit. Alright, so very important thing, I need to equip the axe. Why do I need to equip the axe? Well, let me do the move, and then I'll explain. So I'm not going to explain this until, you know, it goes down, for people who have never seen this before. Oh shit, I tried to use exit. Oops. That's fine. How amusing, only 23,000 damage. And that should be a run. I do not hit the skip until confirmation. There it is. Alright, still overall a 5-minute removal. Because that's how bad Zoo is. So, for reference, dropping a bit of frames. There is a glitch in the game, which I'm not exactly sure why it happens. I haven't looked up the exact numbers, but there is a underflow or overflow. There's a flow that occurs that causes the main character's heal to deal an absurd amount of damage to the boss. The problem is the big bad himself, the Dark Lord. I'm going to look this up real fast just to see if I can give you the exact numbers here. Twin Head Zoo has 20k. Dark Lord has 40,000 health. However, he needs to change phases in order for some of those hits to register. So you overflow him way past one of his phases, then you correct him with a heal from Phoebe, overflow again, and then overflow one more time to finish him off. Now, the reason we equip the axe is because, again, the claw gives you magic. When I was first testing this out, I forgot, when I was first learning, I forgot to de-equip the claw, and the move just doesn't work if you have the claw on. Like, he doesn't underflow. It's really weird. Or overflow. I think it's an overflow. But he doesn't flow. And I don't know exactly the specifics of it, but yeah, don't give him the claw. But hey, that's 5 minutes off. That's 5 minutes off, and I know I lost, what was it, like 12 minutes in the tower, so really that should be like 35 on just this run. Should have been. And some of best is getting there. Some of best is getting to 231. So next time I do this, I might be able to get that sub 230, which will be real cool and make me really happy. So yeah, next time, even an even faster Ben, but extremely quick.